Hey guys, how's it going? It's Grim. So today I want to make a video about Demon Slayer episode 19 and how hype it is, because it's the most hype episode in the series so far. And yeah, so let's just get right into it. But before I do that, make sure you guys subscribe and put the notifications on, because we're halfway to 100 subs. I would be super happy if we could hit that goal whenever, however long it takes, doesn't even matter to me. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So I'm going to do a quick recap of episode 19 just in case you guys haven't seen it, or you forgot, or it's been a long time, whatever the case is. And just so you guys know, this does mean I'm going to be spoiling Demon Slayer up to episode 19, mainly just episode 19, though I'm not going to really be saying anything before it. So yeah, basically the episode starts off with Tanjiro's sword breaking, and he just has like the hilt and the very edge of the blade left. And Ruri does this, which is the demon that he's fighting, with his magic strings. So after he breaks his sword, Inosuke is fighting the spider guy, and whatever his name is, the guy that saved Tanjiro in episode 1, and Nezuko, he kills the spider guy, and Inosuke gets really mad and he wants to fight him, but he's really quick and he ties Inosuke up. And then it cuts to Shinobu waking up Zenitsu, and Zenitsu slows down the poison with his breathing, and so Shinobu injects him with the anti-spider poison stuff. And then after that, the fight starts between Tanjiro and Rui, and Nezuko takes the hits for Tanjiro, and Rui deeply appreciates this bond between Nezuko and Tanjiro, and he wants that bond for himself, so he threatens to take Nezuko for himself and kill Tanjiro. But he offers a deal to Tanjiro, and that is that if he lets his sister go, that he won't kill Tanjiro and he'll spare his life. And I think that Rui has a basic misunderstanding of how relationships work here in this situation, because I don't really think that you can force a bond on somebody, which he tries to do. He says that by the bond, he'll get the bond that he wants by basically inflicting fear on Nezuko. And I just think that's, not a real relationship, and I think that's what they try to really show here in this episode. So after that, Ruri reveals that he's Kizuki, one of the 12 Kizuki, which is the Michael Jackson Demon's 12 lower minions, kind of like the Akatsuki, how they're super powerful and stuff. And then Ruri explains how he sees families portraying different roles to each other, so like the father and the mother protect everybody and that kind of stuff. And he says that if Tanjiro doesn't know his role, then he's pretty much useless. And then he says that he'll kill Nezuko actually if Tanjiro basically doesn't win the fight. But, he doesn't want Tanjiro to win the fight, so he just said that he'd kill Nezuko. I think that's probably to anger him, and I don't know, maybe just get him to fight a little more seriously. Because anime villains, typically try to do that. They try to get their opponents to fight seriously and give 100% of their power. So I think that's what he tried to do to Tanjiro there. And then Tanjiro starts flashing the threads with his water-breathing form, which is his normal powers and stuff. And I don't think they're actually powers. I think they're just like the way that they use the breathing just kind of shows through the water animation. I don't think the actual water power is a thing. I don't think that Tanjiro can use the water power. I think that was confirmed. That's just like the breathing thing. But I'm not really sure. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. And then Rui makes the Blood Demon Arch strings, so they're all red now and really powerful. And then Tanjiro gets the flashback of his father doing the fire dance, which is when, his father does the fire dance and they reveal he's crippled, all that stuff. And then the epic OST starts. And then Tanjiro uses the fire breathing for himself. Nezuko then reveals her demon art, and Tanjiro wins. And then, the epic ending plays. So, yeah, that's pretty much the recap of the 19th episode. Now I want to go a little more in depth of why this episode is as good as it is. And I think the first reason why is obviously the OST. I don't think the manga got as hyped up for it because the OST was really good. The ending was amazing. And just the way that the OST corresponds with the animation and how the story is being told at the same time really makes for a great fight scene and a great episode. And I think that's what the animators and everybody else over there at the studio is trying to do with Demon Slayer episode 19. And now another thing that obviously is what makes the episode so great is the animation, and that's because you know how Tanjiro does the whole fire dancing thing. I was actually looking at the manga panel the other day of Tanjiro doing the fire wheel thing, and it doesn't look as good because it's obviously in black and white, and that's not terrible because grayscale is something that you get used to if you read manga, but it's not as epic because the color, I think, really affects how the viewer sees it in this circumstance. Obviously with the Blood Demon art too, I think that, you know, that really had a great impact on how it is, like how, you know, Nezuko does her little echo balls from Overwatch, you know what I mean, her left trigger. And I think how the entire animation goes into this one fight. I think 90% of the budget honestly went into this one fight. The animation in this was just ridiculously insane. And I think that overall, this is probably one of the best animations that we'll get to see for quite some time. And that doesn't include Jujutsu Kaisen, obviously, because the last couple episodes have been insane with that. I'm gonna keep plugging that show, by the way. I really liked how it wasn't the last episode, but it was still incredibly hype. I think not a lot of shows are able to do that, because a lot of the last episodes are the ones that always get really hyped up. It's episode 24, episode 12, 13, whatever it is. Because I know for most anime, everybody's talking about that last episode. I know Your Lie in April. I mean, obviously, that's the last episode that everybody likes. And more of the episodes before that aren't really talked about. So yeah, I think it's really cool how they can make episode 19 into the best episode instead of the last episode. Now, the next thing I think the animators are trying to show here is the bond between Tanjiro and Nezuko a little more. Obviously, this is by Nezuko taking that hit and Rui explaining the family bonds and everything, and just how deep their bond goes beyond everybody else's expectations and stuff like that. And I think the show does a lot of build up on this aspect a lot throughout the other episodes. Obviously, in the one, can't remember which episode it is, but when they're fighting the 3 demon guys at the same time, I think that shows another, like how their bond is strong and stuff. But a lot of the bond comes from this episode. And the last thing I think is really cool about this episode is that Tanjiro beat a lower 5 Kizuki with a broken sword and while he was a novice. And obviously Nezuko did her Blood Demon art too, which really helped Tanjiro out. But at the same time, it was really cool how somebody that was kind of a small nobody beat somebody that was kind of a big deal in the demon world. And I know that in episode 24, I believe it is, I'm not sure what the last episode is, but Michael Jackson goes on a rampage. I'm not going to say what happened because I said I wouldn't spoil anything past episode 19. But if you've seen the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And obviously there's well, I don't know what I can say really without spoiling much, so I'm not going to even talk about that anymore. Anyways, some additional things I want to say. Obviously, the OST was really good. I'm going to keep saying that because the OST for Demon Slayer it wasn't anything insane, but the ending was, I think, what made the episode so special again. I think this is the one episode where if you're not going to skip an ending, you should. Just don't skip the ending on this one. It makes the anime 20 times better, I think. And yeah, obviously if you skip the ending, then you skip the best fight in the entire series. So yeah, and I think the animation was obviously amazing. I believe they got an award for that from Funimation, but I could be wrong. I remember a lot of people hyping up the animation too, and that's actually why I watched Demon Slayer, was because of the animation, and everybody was hyping up how good it was and stuff like that. So yeah, if you like shows with good animation, definitely go check Demon Slayer out, especially for episode 19. It's really good. And I think how, you know, it goes deeper into Tanjiro's family bond is also really cool too. You know, how they usually just go deep in how Nezuko and Tanjiro's relationship is instead of the entire family. I think it was really cool how they decided to go into the bond with his dad and everything, and how they revealed, you know, what some of the other stuff that happened outside of just his family dies and all that. So yeah, I think that was a really good part of the episode. So if you guys like demon animes, if you like something like Blue Exorcist, this is honestly a better Blue Exorcist, I think. And I like Blue Exorcist for a couple more reasons other than, you know, it's a good anime. It was my first anime and stuff, so I hold that in higher regard. But I really think that if you like stuff like Blue Exorcist or other demon animes, if you like games like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta, something like that, then I would definitely go and check this anime out. It's really good for the story. It's great for the animation and the OST. Everything in this anime makes it a great shonen. I think it definitely deserves to be part of the big 3 so far. And we'll see where the movie and the season 2 take it, because I think the movie's coming out sometime very soon. They haven't given us an exact release date, and season 2 is coming out this summer, I believe. So yeah, definitely stuff to be hyped for Demon Slayer. And yeah, if you're gonna binge the show anytime, now would be the perfect time because the movie's coming out, and you kind of got to see the movie to understand what's gonna happen in season 2. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, definitely get into the series now if you want to. So overall, obviously, I think Demon Slayer is a pretty good anime. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10, probably a 9 out of 10. And it's been a while since I watched it too. I just wanted to recap episode 19 and give you a little more insight on why it's so hype and stuff like that. And yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys. So thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you know right when I upload, because I'm going to be continuing to upload every day, or every other day, I guess, this week. Let me know if you guys would rather see daily uploads, because they'd probably go down in quality, but they would definitely come out more often. So if you guys just like the amount of content that's like right now, if you enjoy the 2 videos like every other day, then I think that's fine. I'll probably stick to that for a while. But if you guys want more or less, just let me know. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.